Good evening, everybody. It's me, Tolki, for the second try of this English daily. So, for those of you who don't know me, I'm a French caster. I'm trying to improve my English casting skills because we lack international coverage for French events. So I'm doing my best not to be too bad and not to show my French accent too much. The game we're gonna look at today is a best of 3 between Select and Stephano. I'm really sorry for not having done my English dailies for a few weeks because I had network problems and I had to go to a concert 2 weeks ago. So I'm here. I will do a full-fledged best of 3 between two awesome players, Select and Stephano, and this is gonna be awesome. I will really do my best to keep you entertained during this 1 hour cast or so. So, spawning in the top left position is William Stephano, the best French Zerg, maybe the best French player. He really has been showing awesome results lately. For those of you who are watching Hamster Recap right now, he really has performed very well there. He is out of his group. I won't say anything more because maybe you don't want to hear about it. He really is an overachiever in StarCraft 2 and has been very impressive lately. Whereas Select is a Korean American ex-Dawn of War pro gamer. He was maybe the best Dawn of War player in the world. He won a few WCG if I recall correctly. So Select, really a very good Tyrant known for his high pressure builds. To me, he is the one playing TVZ the way it should be. I see really two Tyrant being too passive compared to Select, always putting the pressure on the Zerg, always being really aggressive and being really good against Zerg. I really think this is the future of TVZ because high pressure is the best way to win for Terran. So, Stephano, he is similarly going for hatch first. He will have to defend pressure from these two Raxes from Select with drones before Zerglings can come. So opening hatch first is the supposedly, if you listen to Hydra and Ret, opening hatch first is the best way to deal with 2 Rax pressure because this the hatch first opening will let you have a lot of larvas when the 2 Rax pressure comes, and it will be better than with 1 hatch spilling expand build because you will be able to have much more Zergling by the time the push arrives, and you will be able to put a spine crawler down at your expansion, which is very important for the defense of this build. So Select is bringing 2 SCVs. Even free SCVs, so Select really going seemingly for an aggressive build. Stephano on his side is still producing nothing. He is saving larvas, is not building he is not building any drones, so he will be making Zergling as soon as possible. He's waiting for his Overlord to pop, and he will have a very good defense against this pressure by Select. Stephano already has a lot of money in the bank for Zerglings coming, but 3 bunkers from Select. Select really going for a very high pressure, let's say all in. Select will likely cancel 1 bunker when 2 finishes maybe, because really trapping the Zerg here won't be of much use for Select. Stephano on his side is doing a spine crawler just out of range of the Marines. The spine crawler is perfectly placed for Stephano, and this bunker will likely complete at the same time as the spine crawler, so Stephano will have to remove the spine crawler quite fast because Marines have insane DPS, especially when spine crawler are in construction, where their armor isn't fully finished. Stephano producing a lot of Zerglings right now. Select is investing really a lot in this attack and will have trouble making it work because Stephano already has 1 and 2 spine crawlers. So Stephano doing a lot, creating a lot of Zergling right now, still not having a single gas taken, and Stephano is going to kill the contain from Select. this bunker will likely fall. This bunker already is falling, but this bunker will stay alive thanks to the imbar repair, like MC would say, and Select is going out with his marines. This spine crawl pop, but really a few seconds too late. Like I said, spine crawls have 0 armor when they are in the making, and this is where marines can abuse the high DPS compared to the 2 armor spine crawls get once they are completely finished. And Stephano still making the Urglings, while Select hasn't made a single his command center yet. He's really committing to this attack, but with two SCVs it could work. Unfortunately, Stephano has a lot of Zerglings, and this spine crawler is really helping with the DPS. Select going out for the kill and snipes the hatchery just before suiciding his whole army. He even manages to salvage his bunkers. So Select in quite a good spot. If he can put down a bunker here and a command center, he will be safe against any sort of aggression Stephano might throw at him. Right now, Select is really far ahead in the income count, but Stephano will be able to create a queen, and by the time Select will have an army to be aggressive again, Stephano will likely Stephano will likely have a much better economy. This move by Select, warning with 3rd barrack, will supposedly let Stephano catch up a little bit, even though Stephano invested so heavily in Lings. At the moment, Select is taking both his gas, so he is going for hard tech with a good defense. He has a bunker, a 3 racks roll. He won't die to any bailing all-in that Stephano could throw at him. He will play really safe and will tech, so maybe fast drops, because Select is the kind of guy who can abuse drops, or a fast steam timing push. So this tech lab, it's likely going to be steam, and he will take afterwards, so it will be a big steam push of 2 bases. He should begin producing marines from these 2 racks. I don't really understand why he is not producing of the 3 racks, so Select beginning to have a little more cash than he needs, and throwing down a factory without doing anything on his tech lab. So Select is quite indecisive here. He doesn't really know what to do. He has to choose, but he's still quite ahead, even though Stephano really catch up fast in the supply count, and in the worker count he's already 6 workers ahead, and it's not going to stop. He will produce mass workers, knowing that he's quite safe from anything that Select could throw at him. Select adding a 4th barracks, and likely going for a starport with a reactor on the factory, so he will go mass marines medevac and do a huge timing push with 2 medevacs, steam, and something like 20 marines. So it will be very hard for Stephano to stop, but he's doing spine crawlers. So spine crawlers is the best way to handle this. It's light on lavas, and Stephano is really lacking lavas right now. He's trying to re-establish a strong economy, and this is a really good investment for Stephano right now. He's only 7 workers ahead, and with the mules he is not far from the Terran. A 2-base Zerg versus a 2-base Terran is not a good situation for Zerg, so Stephano will do his best to ensure map control and take a quick 3rd base with the defense of his Mutalisks. Select right now is waiting for his medevacs and steam, and will likely push out at the end of this. I will drink a little bit of water while this happens. So Select is going for a 2 medevac drops, a double medevac drop with Tim, so he's taking his two medivacs together. Stephano has a wonderfully placed overlord, so it's Stephano will most likely catch this drop and react in time. Select is really investing a lot in this tech, and if this double drop doesn't do anything, Select won't be in a really good position. He has not any other tech. It will be quite hard for him, I think, if this drop does not do a crap ton of damage. But Stephano is well prepared with speedlings here and a queen just in range of Marines. Stephano has really has to be really careful with this, but Stephano has relocated his spine crawlers, and this is gonna be very hard for Select to attack. This position is really good for Stephano, but these Marines on the low ground will protect those 4 Marines quite well. In fact, because Zerglings can't really attack with 8 steamed Marines, no, just 6 steamed Marines waiting for them. But as Select is going for the spawning pool, how to say, Stephano decides it's time to attack and wait for his 7 Muta to do a double attack, I think, with Zerglings and Muta, and to take out the Medivac at the same time. Select really showing us wonderful macro and backing at the perfect timing not to be caught off by Mutalisk, even though the Mutalisk of Stephano are going in the way of those Medivacs. Oh, this is gonna be really bad for Select if Stephano can catch one of the drops, but Select really reacting quite fast. No, it was not. It was just a single Marine dropped here, and even with the steam, these Marines are gonna be taken care of very easily. Select now in a really bad position with a run by just an aggression by Stephano with the Zerglings here. This third base won't be established by Select. Select investing really a lot in macro without even having siege mod. If I wonder, Stephano has banings, he must have banning speed. If Stephano does a really big bannings with a speed push right now, this could be really bad for Select. Yeah, Stephano is producing 32 Zerglings. If Stephano transforms the Zerglings in Banings, this is gonna be really impossible for Select to hold. His defense is mainly based on Marines. His tanks still don't have siege, but Stephano is choosing to double expand. Yeah, if he prefers to double expand and to take a big lead, as artists would do. I really am not agreeing with Stephano's choice not to attack with Banelings. He knew his opponent had invested a lot in this drop with Marines after a 2x high pressure, and those Banelings should have been morphed, I think, two minutes ago. These things now have siege mod, and this is gonna be much harder for Stephano to handle this, even though Stephano sniped the third command center and brings Banling from the side, but he doesn't want to be in range of 3 siege tanks. I do agree with him. So Stephano right now producing more Zerglings, not droning at all. I really would have thought that Stephano would have drawn a bit more before going back to Zerglings. He has quite a sizable army right now. He's putting a lot of pressure on Select, and those 4 tanks shooting very big shots from those tanks. Wow, nearly 25 kills on the 3 tanks altogether. It's gonna be quite hard for Stephano to handle, but he has a big clump of mutas. 11 mutas can take care of 4 tanks quite fast if they're unprotected well enough, and these Marines are quite oversteamed. They don't have any life left. There are 27 with only 2 medivac. They can't keep up with the regeneration of the wounded Marines. The medivacs are they don't even have enough energy to heal the Marines. So Select in really a bad shape, and the tanks are not siege. Big mistake from Select scanning. I don't really know why, maybe to shoot behind the bushes, but Select really sloppy here, will likely lose all his tank force, and the mutas here will clean up the reinforcement. Select will have to back in his main base, and those 10 mutas of Stephano are really doing a lot of damage. This tank is falling with a lot of Marines chase. So the first drop by Select really was a bit too ballsy, and he lacked the tech to defend against Stephano aggression after it. When you play as a Terran, you have to be aggressive while still being cautious. You can't just sacrifice 20 supply worth of units, 2 medivacs and 16 marines, which medivacs being quite high-tech, without doing any significant damage. He only sniped an extractor and killed the Zerglings. So it really was a big investment by Select, and now he's really far behind. Stephano has a huge map control. I don't see Select moving anywhere anytime soon. And Stephano, having secured 4 bases, will likely go and kill Select when he will have when he will have a big enough force. No. Not right now. I think this will be in a few seconds, but Stephano goes in. He thinks that 2 siege tanks are enough to stop the buildings, and he is quite right. But 2 siege tanks are coming. If this siege tank can have a big shoot, it will be hard for Stephano to hit. But Stephano going for the work line with the buildings, going for the ramp with another building, and cleaning the whole army of Select. Stephano really being very effective with all his pushes. Stephano really having an awesome game sense. He is now killing the reminders of Select army, and Select saying he's so sleepy and GG's out of this game. So really Select, to analyze this shortly, invested a lot in this first drop and didn't do as well as he thought he would. And then this engagement was really bad for Select. Those 4 tanks not in siege mode were a game changer. Even if he was already behind, it was a big game changer not to have sieged tanks by this Xanlaga. So we'll go on to game 2, and I forgot to say, if you have questions you can ask them on the chat to Zortil. So Zortil will sort them for them, and he will give it to me for it to be more synthesized. So why would Select make a bunker rush if the units take a long time to go to the other base? So it's not a bunker. It's not really a bunker rush. He was not aiming to kill Stephano right off the bat, because you can't kill a good Zerg with a scooted 2 racks pressure, and when your name is Select, and everybody knows you're likely to go for 2 base pressure, for 2 racks pressure, you won't kill a Zerg with this. But the bunker rush, the bunker push, the bunker contain was here to force Stephano to do Zerglings and not drones, to make Stephano invest a lot in this. Select stayed because he had he shot a spine crawler quite early, and this was the deciding factor. Stephano did his second spine crawler too close to the bunkers, and it was sniped. Then Select could shoot on the hatchery without taking too much DPS from spine crawlers. This was why Select stayed and focused fire the hatchery near the end. But Select could have backed during this. Even with his 3 bunkers, he had forced a lot of Zerglings, spine crawlers, and once he had repelled the first try to kill it by Stephano, he could have backed with his marines, made a bunker at his natural, a command center, salvaged his bunkers that contained Stephano, and just stop here. But he had the opportunity to kill Stephano's second base. He did it, and it was a good decision. It was not a blind bunker rush from Select. He could have backed if it didn't went so well. So if there are native English speakers watching this, I really hope you're enjoying my cast. I would like some feedback because I still haven't had any feedback from English-speaking viewers. Only French viewers talk to me about my English cast, so it's not really a good example. I don't really know what I could easily improve, what are the big problems in my pronunciation. So if you have a few seconds to come by in the chat and say me what I should do to be a better English caster, I will be very pleased. Here we go for the second game on Xelnaga Caverns. So select still the red Terran in the bottom left corner, while Stephano is the pink Zerg in the top right corner. Stephano really showing a wonderful game in game 1. Quite a good bunker, 2 racks pressure with 3 bunker defense. It was not the best defense ever. He could have held it much better, but he still managed to stay alive. And oh, yeah, it's a game. He still managed to stay alive and then to skyrocket forward with very good drones and macro. So drone production and macro, he really catched up quite fast to select, and then had a few good engagements. Really defended Select's first drop quite well, and then it was all downhill for Select. So on this map, we are less likely to see a hard contain by Select like in last game. On Xelnaga Caverns, you can't really establish a wall of bunkers anywhere in the natural, but you can put a bunker back at the natural and try to shoot at it. When you do a bunker contain or a bunker pressure on Xelnaga, you are less likely to build 3 bunkers, but 2 will be far enough to force Stephano in building a lot of things he doesn't want. Select going for a double racks again, and still producing SCVs. He will go for his trademark bunker pressure, but I'm pretty sure he will do more damage this time. I will drink a second time in this cast because my mouth is really dry from talking so much. It's hard to be a solo caster, and we will go on to look at Select's 2 racks pressure. As some would say, Select's 2 racks pressure is second to none. It really is the thing that permits him to get a lead in the early game versus Zerg. You see him going for really hard pressure against every Zerg player he faces, and it really pays off with him. He has wonderful timings, wonderful micro, and he can do a lot of damage with very few units. He's still producing SCVs. He has his command center, so really Select is not going for an all-in and no bunker from Select. He knows he has scared Stephano enough to back from his attack. He will attack with 5 Marines while taking a command center, and maybe we'll do a bunker, but as this 2 racks pressure is delayed, Stephano has already invested in Zerglings, and his macro will be way worse than Select. Stephano cancelling the Spine Crawler even, it will be hard for him to... Whoa! 5 Marines incoming, and Stephano only has 6 slow Zerglings, and on Queen Stephano will lose a lot of units. Already a Zergling down, and Stephano engaging with the Queen. Stephano really in a bad spot. He will have to produce a few Zerglings. He is supply block. I'm really sorry. It's been a long time since I've talked in English, but whoa, Select backs off. He knows, he thinks he has done the enough damage to Stephano to back, but Stephano stayed very calm and still drawn in the midst of this pressure. He did his scoot. Yeah, his scoot. So he scooted the expand. He knew it wasn't a big bunker pressure or a big Turax all in, and even though those farmers could have been more efficient, I think Select backed off to be sure to keep them and to be able to populate his first 2 bunkers. So Select went afterward for 2 casts to do a quick take to factory. No fast sim this time. It will be double factory, so most likely Blue Flame Hellions, one factory with Tech Labs, the other with a reactor. I really don't see why you would go 2 factories this early in the game if not for Blue Flame Hellions. But Select is moving out at the worst possible timing. Stephano moving in with a lot of Zerglings, 18 Zerglings in the making from Stephano. Stephano is going in for a lot of pressure on Select, and Select will not reach this second bunker. Select is in a really hard spot. Stephano will kill a lot of units with Zerglings. 1 bunker down, the second bunker will likely fall, but oh no, Stephano should have sacrificed his Zerglings to kill this bunker. Oh, definitely, this was a very bad decision from Stephano to let this bunker live, but he's waiting for his reinforcements. A lot of Zerglings on the way. He is killing a lot of Marines, but the Marines in this bunker are doing a shit ton of damage. Their DPS really can be abused when they're safe in those bunkers, and Stephano is still putting on the pressure with Zerglings. Stephano going full Zerglings. The Blue Flame Hellions will come quite fast, but this really was a very poor decision by Stephano not to kill the bunker. If this bunker was dead, the game would be over, definitely. Maybe Select would have walled here, but Select would have had to leave this bunker, as then Stephano would have redone like a madman while doing bailings, and it would have been much worse for Select. Select right now is in a very good spot. He has a lot of Hellions coming with Blue Flame, where when his opponent just has Zerglings, even though it's a lot of Zerglings. 7 drones in the making for Stephano. So Stephano is droning behind this to be able to sustain Zergling's bailing production. He has really way too much minerals, and Stephano is known for his macro hatch on 2 bases, but he won't go for a macro hatch, but rather for an evo chamber to go for fast +1, I think. And Stephano sees he can't go with his bailings to kill, and the Hellions here taking all the Zerglings in a file in this truck. Even though Select has wonderful macros, his bailings really hit quite hard. But this bunker stays alive. I don't know how much this bunker has taken damage, but he really is keeping Select in this game. Stephano should have sniped it much earlier. I'm so sad for him right now, because 5 Blue Flame Hellions are coming into his base, and Stephano knows what this means. This means that you have to park your queens out to make spawn crawls and to wait for the storm to pass. You can't let Blue Flame Hellions just wreck your mineral lines. Even with this evo chamber placement, Hellions could have went back, and this would have been terrible for Stephano. Stephano cancelling the spawn crawler at the best time possible, and Stephano will likely defend this attack, but the damage has been done by Select. Stephano has to back all his drones to his main base, and it really is a very bad spot for Stephano's macro. Stephano is not really able to mine from his natural, and here comes a lot of these bailings were really awesome. Stephano with really well placed army. His base was completely open. I really remember this BO3. His base was completely open. It was a call for Select to go up this ramp, but as Select took the bait, as Select took the bait, Stephano was waiting with bailings and sniped the Hellions in wonderful fashion. Stephano going for 4 gas Mutalisk, and White Select is going for a 3rd base. Select is rewalling his natural with racks, and Select will try to secure his 3rd base. He has siege mode. Select is in a very good spot, even though Stephano managed this Blue Flame Hellions wonderfully. He is quite far to his opponent. In the macro, he has a quite a healthy lead, but in the tech he is far behind. He still doesn't have hive tech, he doesn't have bailingness, so he can be aggressive, and this will let Select take his gold with carefully placed siege tanks. It will be really hard for Stephano to claim back this location. Stephano is going for the third here. I think it will. It depends on what Stephano does with his mutas. It's if Stephano doesn't do any damage with his first batches of muta, only 5 mutas. Yeah, he really lacks gas. If Stephano isn't cost efficient with his first Metallus, it will be a loss for him. If he manages to pick apart Select's workers line, or maybe his gold workers line, it could he could sign a comeback. But as of now, he really doesn't have the composition, the macro to fight with a gold base Terran, with Thors, with soon to be +2 vehicle weapon upgrade, and how well upgraded is bow, with +1 marines, with combat shield, and I'm pretty sure we will see a +2 quite soon from Select. So Stephano right now has to do damage with those Mutualists. He is expanding to his normal third, and maybe will try a double expand to his goal at the same time. Stephano playing really greedy right now, going for 16 drones and an infestation pit. So Stephano will most likely stay on the 3 bases and play more play focus on gas more than minerals. It's a choice. When you don't take the goal on this map, as Zerg and Razor take this map when so he's taking the goal. But if you choose to that frags from Select. If you choose not to take the goal at the same time as the Terran, you can go for more gas-based Zerg to stall the Terran with 6 gas production of Mutalisks, and then take the goal once you have a big enough map control, which Stephano doesn't have right now. Stephano is producing 15 Banlings and 28 Zerglings, so Stephano is back to full army production. But I'm really sure this is going to be hard for him to dislodge Select from this location with a planetary fortress, with a tank in siege mode. There should be more tanks in siege mode, with sensor turret and soon to be a missile turret here. I really don't see Stephano dislocating Select in the next minutes. So Stephano will really have to be able to secure his gold to establish map control. But Select has been quite passive in the last 5 minutes, so the 16 drones Stephano made earlier might win him the game. He's at 76 drones now, so he won't produce any more drones for the rest of the game, I think. Maybe if he loses some, he will, but he doesn't have. If everybody goes well. And this goes for the classic ZvT mid-game, which means army trades between Zerg and the Terran, and the Terran trying to keep his tanks while the Zerg is trying to keep his Metalisk. It will pay off. It will pay off. But Select is taking a very good position on this third base. Stephano doesn't want to attack in 4 siege tanks and 2 Thors with +2 vehicle weapons. Those siege tanks really will wreck the Zerglings apart. They are doing what they are on in siege mode, and Stephano goes for the attack while tanks aren't in siege mode. There are 2 tanks just behind Stephano with his infestors scoring huge fungal growth. He really killed a lot of marines. Select is really low on the marine count right now, but he still has 2 Thors, and it will be very hard. Huge fungal from Stephano, killing all the marines from Select. Select losing a lot of supply on this one, but Select still is reinforcing with 8 marines, 3 tanks. He is going back to more normal, more stable Terran versus Zerg composition, army composition, and this tank is likely to. I really thought this tank was going to be neural parasited. It wasn't the case, and Select is doing a great positional play. Stephano really lost too much in the first engagement, even though he sacrificed this. I wonder if I'm missing something. I'm pretty sure Stephano did damage somewhere with his mutas, because I didn't see his mutas at all during the fight. I couldn't follow his mutas. I'm sorry. And now Select is still in a good spot. He has a 1 base lead. This base being a goal. He's taking his fourth base. But here comes a huge fungal. Marines dying from Select. Select really can't go Marines anymore with that many infestors on the ground. This is a dead end for Select. Select will have to go back to mech, and he has to leave his command center. Stephano is now trying. When I said Stephano was on free base, oh, I'm lost in this game. So I would say Select has quite a healthy lead right now, given he has a lot of siege tanks and his opponent doesn't have any Mutalisk. But Stephano has taken a siege tank. He should have shot on the Marines. It was a poor choice to shoot on this tank. But Stephano has 12 infestors right now. He is mind controlling one tank. Only one tank mind control. This really isn't enough for Stephano. Stephano with a huge fungal here, scoring really well with his infestors, but he lost a lot of infestors because of these tanks. He really should have mind control. A second one is gonna be hard for Stephano. Stephano still can win this game with good fungals, but he hasn't enough for mind controls. And don't forget that infestors are armored. This is utterly stupid because they don't have any natural armor. Where siege tanks do 65 against armored units, so infestors lose more than 2/3 of their life against a single siege tank shoot. Even if Stephano is the king of comebacks, I really don't see him going from losing his 4th base. It is a really tense moment in the game, but Select has his force. It is secured with the planetary fortress, and Stephano still doing his best. Having troubles really using his infestors to their whole potential, and Select is going likely for the kill. He is nearly max, doing 3 turns right now, sieging at the goal, not wanting to let Stephano take care of this. The Zerglings here to tank the damages, and the infestor not having enough energy for mind controls are forced to go back. Huge fungal on the Marines. The Marines dying because of the use of Steam. Steam is bad for health. Everybody knows that. And Select doesn't have any medivac with his army, but 3 tours are coming. Tours with +1 attack, with +3 attacks, and soon to be +1 armor will wreck through Stephano's remaining forces. Little engagement here, but those those infestors are going to take a few shots from siege tanks, and as I said, taking a single shoot from a siege tank from an infestor is a bad thing. Stephano losing nearly his whole draw line to a nearly dead Marine. Select taking a commanding position on this left side of the map. He really is showing why he is the best American Terran right now. I'm not a chat caster, I'm more of an analytical caster, so I'm gonna go forward, try to wait for engagements. Here come a snipe from the natural throat from Stephano, and his last mining base, I'm pretty sure. This is really bad for him, and I don't want to draw out this game. This is clearly over for Stephano. Even with real loss, he won't be able to sustain a fight against Select, and if he does, let's go straight to the fight. So Select was even going for a 5th base on the left side of the map. Never forget that for those of you who are saying Terrans are underpowered in late game, turn bases scale much more than other races bases because they have more mules if they don't go for planetary fortresses everywhere, and this is one of the things that Terrans should use a little bit more. Select could have 2 or 3 more orbital command centers right now. So let's go to this marine race, which will be cleaned up by 1-1 links. Seriously, Stephano? Seriously? Whoa, Stephano really lacking in the upgrade department. It's awful to see 1-1 Zerg 28 minutes into the game. Without adrenal glands, so he's probably saving everything for his warlords, but he wasn't really pro with his upgrades. He will try to do the same thing that he did to Todd a few weeks ago, winning the game with Queens, Infestors, and Broodlords by spreading the creep, but I'm pretty sure Select has too much of a lead for this. He has 9 range Vikings. It's not like the Void Rays. It's much easier to snipe Broodlords with Vikings, and I really don't see Stephano coming back from this. So let us go on and see this fight, how this pans out. Infest is coming. Woo. This is going to be scary. But Select is in mass Viking production. He already has 8 of them. Broodlords attacking. I'm pretty sure 4 Broodlords don't stand a chance to begin Vikings. But Vikings attack the other one and got very good finger on them. Select losing all 8 Vikings. He should have sniped at least one Broodlord or 2 Broodlords. This was really sloppy by Select to focus fire this Overlord compared to this costly Broodlord. The 3 Broodlords will do a lot of damage from Stephano, but Stephano is only at 70 supply. I really don't see him coming back. Select is doing the good thing. He's going for a Marines run by. He will wreck Stephano's base, and Stephano won't be able to defend. When you are that far back in the supply, you you can do anything anymore. So this is a well played from Stephano, and Stephano really played well to draw this game this long. But since the beginning, since the first engagement and the loss of this gold base, while the failure of his pressure, really it was a failure not to snipe the bunker, Stephano was too far behind to come back in the game. So, let me see if there are any other questions. No. George Hill, why no questions? Let me see. Questions? No questions? I'm gonna load the third replay while you ask me questions. Go on. I don't bite. I'm a nice guy. Oh, yeah. Wait. I have a question. You won't believe me, but I have a question while I'm preparing the replay, and StarCraft 2 is bugging! Yeah! Big fail. No. Yahoo! Back. Well, I don't know. Fuck kids are chill. Why Stephano did... so, I got to say, the first game was played on the European server, and I think the second was played on the US server. This could explain why Stephano's micro was quite sloppy with his infestors. He really wasn't mind controlling enough. He was too much focused on his Zerglings and fungal growth, where his mind controls were the first things to handle with that many siege tanks. Given siege tanks really rape any ground army, but it maybe was hard because of the lag. I will look if there is any other question. Yeah, it was a question. Why not taking more tanks with mind control? But yeah, it was hard for him. And Stephano is not a high APM player. He really lacked the execution to carry this out. So, let us go directly to game 3, the deciding game in this best of 3 between Dignitas Select and Milliam Stephano. So, the the previous game must have been playing on the European server. I'm pretty sure D-Select is his US account, while Select is his EU account. So I said something completely false, and Stephano had really no excuses for being so retarded with his infestor, making them run into siege inclines. I'm sorry to try to defend my my good friend Stephano right here. Stephano, who will be playing in the second turn of the Home Story Cup tomorrow. We are now playing on MLG Metropolis with no close position or stupid positions, and no 2 bunkers block. If you want to block a ramp with bunkers, you better have at least 400 minerals, I think. Nobody tries that anymore because it's really too expensive to block a ramp since this neutral supply depot change. What can I say? Stephano going for hatch first. He really likes his hatch first, it seems. He doesn't want to do anything else even against Select, and Select on his side is going for quite a fast gas compared to his previous game, but Stephano is scooting very well with this first overload. I don't know if it will be able to stay alive if Stephano goes all the way through the base. Yeah, it will stay alive. So Stephano really doing a very good scouting with his overlord. I didn't even know you could scout that long against Stormtrooper. It was really perfectly timed. Yeah, it was perfectly timed to sweat anything before getting killed. Quite a precision play by Stephano, and Select is going for a bunker with 1 Rex and 1 Marine to populate it. So this is more to, I think, to throw Stephano off, to make him lose mining time. Stephano has to commit to killing the bunker, to kill this bunker. He has to take 6 drones off mining during this whole time. Stephano is defending as best as he can. He will kill, most likely, this SCV, maybe the Marine, I don't know. The Marine has 1 kill, 1 drone kill is way more than needed to make this, let's say, to make this a good trade. And Select backing with the worker lead and the income lead. So Select right now is in a good position with a fast tech to factory, and given the gas he has piled, I won't be surprised to see. I don't know. In fact, it doesn't have a second gas, so it won't be benches, I think. And it still has 100 gas. He's putting a tech lab up, so it will most likely be Blue Flame Aliens, but extremely early Blue Flame Aliens. Oh my god. I really don't know what Select is aiming for. Blue Flame Aliens, or no, he doesn't have a second. He doesn't have any way to spend his minerals on Hellions, and he's going for Blue Flame Hellions. What the hell? So really fast Blue Flame Hellion from Select. No second factory, no. So he's doing a CC. So it will be a Blue Flame expand, but Select will have very few Blue Flame Hellions. And if Stephano manages right with this two spine crawlers and spillings, this won't be this won't be really efficient. Select won't have a high number of Hellions, and won't be able to really threaten Stephano on this. But if he goes for Blue Flame Hellion drops in the back of Stephano's base, it could be ugly. At the same time, Stephano is running like a madman on 2 bases. He's ahead in workers, and with all that Select has invested in this, Select really is powering a lot, like D9 would say. With Select investing everything in his tech and in his expand, Stephano could hit a very good timing in 2 or 3 minutes with banelings. I think Stephano could do a lot of damage once he will have repelled the Blue Flame drops incoming from our dear Korean American player Select. So it will be a 4 Hellions Blue Flame drop. So Blue Flame Hellions with drops with an expand. It really is a greedy build from the Turan player. He has to be cost efficient with his Hellions, and he is in fact going straight for the attack while researching Steam. So Select going for the front, he will most likely drop his Hellions here and go in the front with his Marines, but Stephano will... 7 drones! This is way too much from Stephano! Oh my god, but Stephano has produced a lot of Zerglings, even though Zerglings aren't that effective versus... oh no, don't attack Stephano! These blue flames will kill you even so you can't see them through the ground! Oh my god. These blue flames are hidden through the ground. This is completely broken. Oh my god. And Select going for the front. The medevac not quite sniped by the queen. Stephano doesn't have a banding list, and he has a lot of gas stockpile. He wanted to go for a very fast Mutalisk, but I'm one of the guys who think you should always go for bandings before mutas, and this is proving me right. So doing such a great build and completely going away with it. The Zerglings coming from Stephano will be able to clean this up with the help of the Spine Crawlers, but those Hellions have done tremendous amount of damage. They have nearly 30 kills on them all, mainly Zerglings, and no, it will be drones. Oh la la, like I would say in French, those Hellions really paid for themselves, and Select is now in a commanding lead. He has researched siege mode during this attack and will be able to defend his second base with tanks, with barracks wall, and with bunker. He is really in a very good spot. Stephano fell apart during this attack. He doesn't have his Spire yet. It's the worst possible feeling for Stephano. Stephano really he has 700 gas. He really choked here. Right here, it's not his best show. His best showing. He took all his guys away from gas, and he's trying to secure his third. So we'll go for a late Mutalisk of 6 gas. But I think with what Select has done, Select could do a deadly push in 4 or 5 minutes just before Mutalisk reach a critical mass. So the Spire has begun. It would be more likely in 3 minutes that Select could do a ton of damage to Stephano, expanding, bending, upgrading and droning at the same time. So no, it's really Stephano who is in the powering position, while Select is more in the army production and will most likely go for his steam and siege tanks push. Whoa, it's really well timed. I would have waited maybe 30 more seconds to have 1 more tank and 4 more marines, but Select will be able to clean more creep by doing so, and he already is in a very good position. This medevac can give him Harrigan vision, and Select is really impressive with the low ground abuse, like I would say. He really is very effective with putting units in the low ground while providing them vision with a small group of marines sniping the Spine Crawlers, but the Zerglings are going for backstab with only 2 siege tanks to defend, but the Marines already here to protect the siege tanks. Really awesome micromanagement by Select, even though the Marines don't have any life left. I'm pretty sure Stephano lacks lavas right now. He doesn't have any lava left. He's using his queens to deal with the push, and it's very bad for him. He lacks lavas, and he has a lot of money. He could pump out 15 Mutalisk if he has the cash to do so, but he won't be able to do it because of the fact that he took all his queens to defend. Stephano is in a horrible spot. If Stephano had spent all his cash on units, he would be in a wonderful position, but unfortunately it's quite the opposite right now. Stephano is really lacking in the macro department. It's not like him. From everything I've seen of Stephano, this really is quite rare from him. He's going to stabilize, but still no Mutalisk, and 3 things here make it impossible for Zerg to destroy this tank line. He is suiciding Zerglings to take it at least one tanks. Well, this drop here will hardly won't be killed by Stephano. Stephano really sleeping right now. 4 Marines are coming from Select, who really has an awesome multitasking. You can see that his APM is quite high, his macro is flawless, while his attack is very powerful and well micromanaged. I can't emphasize enough on how awesome of a player Select is, even though Stephano is not really showing us his best side. Not even upgrading when you have so much cash. Stephano, what are you doing? 16 mutas in production. This could be a very good blow for Stephano if Stephano manages to hit with the banlings. The banlings in production. The banlings who won't have speed. Even though one tank was sniped, it really will come down to the effectiveness of those banlings. 10 seconds till until this centrifugal hooks. Burnings coming to the Marines, but Stephano miss-microing his burnings. His burnings didn't do as much damage as they could have, and more Marines streaming in. Always more Marine. It will be very hard for Stephano to handle. Stephano having not lost that many drones, only 16. But really lacking in the ground support department for his middle disc. Those 8 Marines could nearly go for the kill on Stephano, but the dragons would pop, and it would be a bad army trade for him. Stephano has lost his hatch, his mid-distance mining, quite a new thing here. His mid-distance mining, and is really in a horrible spot. Select has secured his third. In the midst of all this, will likely have the Planet Fortress ready in time to defend from anything that Stephano could throw at him. Stephano really way too late with the Metalisk right here. He will be able to snipe medivacs, the personal medivacs for his Marines, but a missile turret here does a lot of DPS, and Stephano is investing all his gas into Metalisk and all his mineral into nothing, as he has lost his third base in the midst of all this, and Select is going for the kill. Select is not here to be a nice guy. He is here to kill Stephano. He will go on. He has a 50 supply lead, and this is really looking very grim for Stephano. Stephano lacks banlings. If he had 20 banlings, he should, with a bit of luck, kill Select, but he doesn't have anything, and Stephano is now seconds away from dying, I think. Or if these bandings can connect with the Marines, but tanks just destroy bandings. Those tanks really did a wonderful job on bandings, and Select took the game. I'm really sad at Stephano's showing right here. Stephano is a much better player than this. He has potential to kill top players. He threw the Huck an hour ago, so it was a long time ago. It was 3 weeks ago. He had finals. We will put his poor control macro in the last game on this. I hope you enjoyed the cast. I can't really commentate much more on this because Stephano really didn't handle the pressure well when he played against Select. So this was on the US server. This could explain his misbehavior this time, because I've played on the US server. Even though the lag is bearable, you can't play to you can play to your full level when you have a little lag. It's really annoying when you macro. The repetition of keys is much slower than when you play on European server, because your computer has to send to the server the information that it has pressed a key, and then another one, and then another one, and wait for the reply. I think each time it really slows down your macro a lot. I really had big problems macroing while fighting on the US server, and this is gonna be all for tonight. I don't see any questions on Zorta's page. Ask questions, please. So could anything you can't really ask me questions on the last game. It would more likely be general questions Roach, so I will answer to this one. Could Roach be a solution versus Blue Flame Hellions? Yeah, a little bit of Roaches, something like 7 or 8 Roaches is a very good counter to Blue Flame Hellions. The most important thing is not to over-invest in Roaches. You can be tempted to go blindly Roaches against Siren like Nature has been doing lately, but Roaches, I don't know how to pronounce the plural of roach. So roach aren't that useful against normal terrain composition. Versus Marines and siege tanks, they get annihilated in a few seconds. So roaches are a good thing versus Hellions, of course, but you have to be sure not to overinvest in it. Because it's quite expensive. It costs gas. The building costs 150 minerals. You can go all out with roaches, or you can name yourself Nurture because it's very good at using roaches versus terrain. I don't see any other questions, so this will be all for this evening. I hope you enjoyed this cast. I'm really doing my best to as there is a question I can't even understand. Why did Select choose Medivacs in the last game and not in this one? It's his Medivacs that made him win the game, so I have quite a hard time understanding your question. This will be all for this evening. I really hope you enjoy this. Please give me some feedback on my casting. I'm really doing my best to improve, to offer you quality English casting, and to be able to cover French events in the future. I will try to establish partnership with the EOSL because we have a French Star League, the Egg One Star League. The finals the finals are going to be this weekend. It's gonna be between Sirens and Ores. Stephano has been beaten because he was late. He had a nearly Origin had a nearly walkover on Stephano because Stephano was late. I don't even remember why, but it was a best of 5 and Origin was given a 2-0 lead, so Stephano lost the game and he lost the series. So I will try to cast this in English. I've sent them a mail. They haven't replied, and that's it. That's all. See you in 1 week. I will try to cast a Moulmon game. He will supply me with a good replay, and this is gonna be awesome. See you next time.